Hello, 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 welcome. I am your new favorite, JJ Caballero, and this is MonoStereoVideo, a podcast about movie music. I am a songwriter, producer, DJ. I love movies, and this is just the perfect excuse to talk about movies and music. How you doing? How's everything going out there? Thank you very much for your response on the last couple episodes. The Spawn episode was awesome. We keep getting good response on that, so thank you for that. Keep it up. The last episode I did was a mini episode about Barbie and Oppenheimer, and the jury's still out on that, so we'll see how that goes. Thank you very much to TPG Radio for everything you do for us in letting me do kind of whatever I want, and for answering my text in a timely manner, and for not being so confused with my Google Drive and all of that. And thank you very much to the listeners out there who keep this going and who keep listening and who keep sharing, and to that dude that started following because he saw my little post on Reddit. I was like, oh, cool, awesome, this guy. So all right, Reddit dude, shout out to you. I don't remember your name, sorry. Vegan Dodger. That's what I thought. Yeah, Vegan Dodger. My guest today is my very good friend, my BFF. He's a singer-songwriter and a producer in his own right. He is the founder of a band called the Dead Electrics. Recently, he hit 10 years with his design agency, Positive Design. Jaime Jimmy Aranda. What's up, dude?
What's up?
How's it going? Welcome to the podcast. He was just waiting.
Thank you.
He was waiting to talk. You could have talked. It's cool. No worries.
I just like hearing you talk.
Thank you very much. What you been up to? How's life out there in Minnesota?
It's going. It's very Minnesota-y right now, but it's nice. It's nice.
Is it hot right now?
It's not. It's actually like really nice weather. It's a quote hot for Minnesota.
Really?
So yeah.
What's hot for Minnesota?
Oh, dude, like high 80s, like low 90s, and I'm like, baby, this is spring. Like the nights are.
Sweater. You're wearing a little sweater.
Yeah, like I haven't really even worn short. I wore shorts the other day because I'm not a shorts guy.
Yeah,
but
I
like
am now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know. They never grew on me, and like the other day I did, and I was like, all right. But it's been super nice outside. Like at night, you can wear a little hoodie because it gets a little fresh.
Damn, deja vu. I feel like we said so. This is a re-record. This episode is a re-record. The prior version of this episode had me just smacking about. I was just super smacky on the last recording of the episode, and then my volume was way too high. I was trying out a new machine thing. What this thing? A new
interface?
audio thing? A new audio interface? Yeah, there you go. Oh my gosh.
Nice. I got you. I'm not there, but I know what you're talking about.
Doing that for years, and I can never remember audio interface. Never. And like every time I have to kind of hold on. What's that called again? So audio interface.
Yeah.
I was trying out a new one. I think it was just too rich for the voice for this thing. Didn't catch a lot. And then I had just eaten. There was still remnants of food in my mouth and shit. So it wasn't pretty. And but I mean, we talk all the time, and I don't mind re-recording this episode. Jimmy didn't mind. He did us the favor. I was very grateful, very thankful for that. And that's why we're here. We are doing 1994, the 1994 goth masterpiece, The Crow.
Nice.
Directed by Alex Proyas. Jimmy, what did this movie mean to you? When did you watch it? How old were you? What's all that?
That's a good question. I don't remember how old I was, but I just know this movie. I saw it when it came out, and just like every other fledgling goth child. this this movie meant the world to them, and so did the soundtrack. Because even now, I'm like, oh my god, it's so good. And now I actually I like start digging in to see if like, okay, well, who wrote that song? And I start finding out some are actually covers, and some are just written for the song. But I mean the soundtrack. But oh man, yeah, I watched it. I watched it a ton of times, and I love that movie.
Me
I love the
too.
movie. I feel like I love the soundtrack more than the movie. I love the movie,
Oh,
but like the soundtrack, it's its own vibe for me. So
I think so too. I like many others our age. I don't know. I feel like, well, I feel like I came into The Crow a little bit later. I used to think it was like a more scary movie, and it's like
oh yeah, we're talking, yeah,
it's got the creepiness vibe. It's got a vibe to it. It's
yeah,
goth. It's goth. It's definitely that. But it's not scary. It's not. But I remember it was one of those T-shirts that you'd see
yeah,
on kids, on the big kids, and then you're seeing them wear them, and then it's like, oh man, stay away from that guy, or oh man, that guy's probably pretty cool.
yeah.
Later, like as they get older. So I didn't watch it until I was a little older, probably in my 20s. Probably in my 20s. I probably
Oh
saw it in my
wow,
20s. Yeah, I probably saw it early, probably at like 2021 and stuff. It was one of those
wow.
things. It's one of those movies that I also misremembered seeing, since it'd
Okay,
been in the zeitgeist so much.
yeah.
And also like there was always the Crow City of Angels. I remember
Oh yeah. Was it like
more.
the show or something,
There
or
was
is
a
that like a
show.
second?
No, there
Yeah,
was a
because it was a show.
There was a show. There was a show. I don't know who the crow was in the show.
It was like
And
an
then
awkward guy.
yeah, and then there was like two more movies, I think. So there were four movies in total, something like that. One of them had
Wow.
Edward Furlong was the crow in it. That one was not that great. It's not that great.
Yeah, they're kind of. I feel like Brandon Lee just set it up and was like, I
Mhm.
don't know, man, you can't top this,
Mhm.
and
I mean,
everything else that's attached to it. But
I wonder, I mean, talking about that, it was made in 1994. Brandon Lee Brandon Lee died tragically on the production of this film
rest in
in
peace, Brandon Lee.
March 31st of 1993. It was a tragic accident. He got shot, and it was I saw a little documentary on Shudder called Cursed Films, and they
Ooh,
went into somewhat of a detail about this whole thing, and it was he got shot by the remnant of it was like there was just something lodged into a hole, into one of the bullet holes on one of the prop guns, and the
wow,
force the force of the blank shot that out, and it hit him boom in the chest, and then he just dropped dead.
wow! I didn't know that that's how that happened.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow, I always heard that it was like there was a real bullet that got mixed in there or something. But
And
wow, now we
they were
know.
talking about all these kinds of conspiracy theories because Bruce Lee died, I believe, on a set as well, and they were trying to compare them, say that there was different
Mm,
things, like there
yeah,
was a hit job, and it's this whole thing. Oh, and his family's tied to like yakuza or some bullshit or some fucking.
wow.
It's not
It was a
even like he's,
execution.
and then he was like, wasn't he like Chinese or I don't know? Right? And he's not even Japanese. So they're saying that bullshit. So
Yeah,
I don't know. Whatever. I mean, but yeah, it very tragic accident. That documentary episode, that show, Cursed Films on Shudder. Check it out. It's pretty cool.
I need to check that out.
It's pretty. I mean, it's kind of a bummer of a show, but it's very
Yeah,
interesting. It's like watching true crime, right?
yeah. You get a little bummed, a little
Mhm.
excited.
A little bummed, a little like, ooh, what's going on here? This is kind of
Yeah,
creepy. And that one's just pretty. It's pretty sad because he seemed like a very nice dude, and he
yeah.
seemed on the up and up, and he had just come out of, I believe he did. I forgot what the movie was called right before he did The Crow, and and he was on the up and ups. I'm sure they would have made more Crow movies. And
oh yeah, he would. I feel like with this movie, he would have just like kept going so
because
much more.
it totally did launch his career. I mean, the tragedy of it kind of mixed in with that, and also the way that the movie was produced. So there was also a like a backup actor, like a stuntman that would wear his double would wear a Brandon Lee mask for certain scenes after his
Oh wow,
death
that's
because
cool.
they had to complete some stuff, and it was kind of creepy.
That's cool and creepy, yeah.
Yeah, and they were showing some of the side by sides on some of the scenes on that episode. Super creepy, super creepy. As well, there was the man Michael Berryman. He is a horror actor, which this will lead us into the cast list.
Cool.
But he's more of like a character actor. You'll recognize him. He's on the cover of the original Hills Have Eyes movie, like case or see, and he's that older dude who has kind of more of like a pointy head and like really low sloping, like a brow, like a real heavy brow. If you see him, you'll know who I'm talking about. But that guy, Michael Berryman, filmed some scenes as a character called the Skull Cowboy, who is in the original comic book. So also with all that said, so he filmed some.
Oh yeah, okay, I know who he is. Yeah,
originally as the Skull Cowboy, and they were cut out because of the way that they had to rework the story because Brandon Lee had died. So he had a whole thing. It was a whole costume that took him hours to put on. It looks pretty crazy. You see the you could see it online. You could find I believe there's pictures online, but there's some footage of him in that getup, and he actually appears on that documentary, and he's actually a very well spoken, very nice guy. He seems really cool, as most character actors in horror movies are. This was adapted from James O'Barr's comic book of the same name. James O'Barr wrote the comic in response to his wife being killed by a drunk driver and kind of to espouse what he was feeling and stuff at the time. Wow. There's all that. There's a lot of, like, last time spoke about Spawn. What's your relation to Spawn? How do you feel about Spawn?
I also enjoyed that movie too. That was a good movie. Cool. And the soundtrack too. I remember having, I had the CD and I had one of those like 3-disc players.
Oh.
And my CD, I think it got stuck in there. But I could never find it. It was so weird. I like could never find this. Yeah. So I don't know what happened to it, but like it wouldn't close. And then I think we opened it up and I don't know where it went. But I remember putting it in there. So I lost that Spawn CD. I think I still have the case probably somewhere, but yeah, I had it. And I just remember that one song with like, I think it was Kirk Hammett on guitar.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think it was Helmet, but I don't know who it was, but like.
No, it was Kirk Hammett, and because on the episode I kept saying Kurt Hammett.
Oh, okay.
And then in the last episode, in the episode that I just recorded previously, that's a solo episode, I said Kirk Hammock. And I was like, I'm going to make that a shirt. And I forgot to tell you. I was going to tell you,
yeah.
Make that a shirt. We should make Kirk Hammock a shirt.
Yeah. We'll make Kirk Hammock a shirt. If you're just
it's just him in a hammock. We'll just have like a guy in a hammock and put his face.
Little curly hair.
Back to that. So this has a lot of commonalities with the previous episode in Spawn. This movie came out earlier than Spawn, and it hit a more. The soundtrack's a little bit more dark, a little bit like more gothy, goes into more metal-y type things. Spawn was kind of like an evolved version into like heading into like right before new metal, hitting still the edge of like Manson's most daring shit, stuff like that. So it's pretty cool to see the progress and to see also how like comic book movies have kind of always been a thing but they've been more underground.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a different, it wasn't so like how the Avengers and all that is now.
Yeah.
You know, I need to read the actual comic book. I've never done that, and I feel like I should do that.
I know. I just saw it at Barnes and Noble. I saw a whole collected version of it. I'm sure it's at the Barnes and Noble close to you, or you could order it online from your local bookstore, from a
local bookstore
or an independent bookseller. As if I don't use Amazon. Whatever.
Hey, there are local bookstores on Amazon. So
that's true. That's true. That's true. But
sometimes there are.
You know.
I use Abe Books. They have new and used, and it's also like a bunch of like smaller stores listed on there.
Ooh, send me a link on that.
Yeah, I will.
Send me a link. Also, you could look up Coa's. Coa's is a bookstore in Las Cruces that also ships a lot of books. They do a lot of online selling and stuff. They're really good. It's used and new, mostly used. Nice. Good quality. They have a lot of books. They have a few locations. Coa's, Las Cruces, New Mexico. All right.
Nice.
Okay, let's get going. Let's get back to the soundtrack. So, I mean, comic book. This also is somewhat of a revenge tale. Spawn's somewhat of a revenge tale, a little bit. I mean, Spawn was kind of revengey, but more kind of redemption.
Yeah, redemption-y a little.
Yeah, redemption-y. This is more revenge. This is more revenge, more hardcore.
You owe me.
Mm-hmm. So what happens is if you haven't seen the movie, Eric Draven and his partner are murdered by a gang of thugs, played by a few people who I'll go over with right now. The gang is headed by this creepy dude who has an incestuous relationship with some chick, and he's murderous, and they're crazy, and they murder this couple. The man Eric comes back from the dead in the form of himself, and he's a little stronger. He's a little bit more invincible. He's undead in a way, but he comes back to avenge his death, and he does so, and
a cool trench coat that he steals, and cool boots,
cool makeup, and he's revived by a crow, and that's what's up. And he fucks shit up, and mayhem ensues. Ensues. And it's a great movie, very moody. The cast, Brandon Lee as Eric Draven, who we've already spoken about. He's, if you didn't know, and if you didn't glean from what we were talking about, he is Bruce Lee's son. Bruce Lee, the most famous kung fu actor, Asian actor. He had Jeet Kune Do was his style of fighting and his way of life. Very influential in that space. What's your relation to Bruce Lee?
I don't think I think I've seen pieces of Bruce Lee movies.
Oh, okay.
But the closest relation I have to it is when a haircut I had many years ago. People were like, "Hey, you look like Bruce Lee." And I was like, I don't think I do. Like, no, you look kind of like, if you worked out, you look like, and I was like, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, they'd be like, yeah, like just like really. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I do. Like, but just because I have like dark hair and the little, the little hair. But yeah, I think he's amazing though. Like he, just what he's done for, like that genre of film. And he, I mean, he was just just like from reading about him and what I know about him, he seemed like a really great person. And so he seemed like a cool dude.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I read a book by his daughter that talks about, it's called Be Water or Be Like Water.
Be like water, probably. Yeah, I love that quote. Yeah, that's the first thing that popped in my mind.
Be like water. So it's a good book.
I'll read that.
Talks through his whole philosophy. I want to read Jeet Kune Do, his whole thing, but I just haven't gotten around to it. It's also like $30 on iBooks, stuff like that. So yeah, there's that. Rochelle Davis as Sarah Moore. Sarah Moore. Sarah was his partner, and she is murdered, and he comes back to avenge her. She didn't have she was a central figure in the movie. Didn't do a lot, but for like the beginning and some interstitial scenes,
Mm-hmm.
pretty gruesome what happens to her.
Mm-hmm. Poor girl.
Poor girl. Poor girl. Poor girl. She's recognizable. She's been in things. I don't know these things on the top of my head. Ernie Hudson is Sergeant Daryl Albrecht. Ernie Hudson, recognizable. Ghostbusters. What else?
Oh, I don't know. He was a Ghostbuster. He was probably like one of the coolest cops I've seen on like a movie, and just like, yeah, that's a cool cop right there.
He's been a cop many a time. He's been a villain. There was this episode of Tales from the Crypt in which
man,
the villain. He is the leader of a freak show, actually. And he has like mind powers and can influence this one girl with his mind. And he looks super creepy. He looks disgusting. He does that villain thing where they're just like eating gross and like,
man,
wet.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like sweaty and yeah. I hate those scenes because you're like, ew, bro, like all that power and you're sweating like that. Like, don't you have like an AC or like napkins?
And then he does that, like, and he's always in makeup. So I'm just like watching it like, man, that's gotta be so uncomfortable, gotta be so itchy and but he was on that episode. He's in a lot of stuff, very recognizable guy. Great actor. Can't say enough about Ernie Hudson. I think he was he in Tales from the Hood?
I don't know. I don't remember that movie. Like,
you don't remember that movie? Oh, I love that.
Dude, I'm so bad. Like, I'm honestly surprised I remember The Crow. And like, because I've done this a few times where I'll watch a movie and I get halfway through and I'm like, man, I think I've watched this movie before. And then I'll get like 75% through and I'm like, dude, I know how this ends. And like I'm bad with movies, and it's a weird like thing I have. I don't know why. I just don't remember. I'll even tell. Yeah, I'll be like, okay, cool. Like, let's put this movie on. We've watched that movie, and I'm like, no, we haven't.
Does that. Casey will.
Yeah. I'll tell Janine.
And she's like, wait a minute, and I'm like, yeah, I told you.
Okay, me and Casey have the same thing because I'll tell Janine, I'm like, let's watch this movie. This looks cool. She's like, we watched it like last month or like 3 months ago, and I'm like, no, we didn't. Like. And yeah, we totally have. So I wish I remembered. I wish I had a better memory with movies.
Check out Tales from the Hood. I think Tales from the Hood is on Amazon, maybe, or one of these. It's on one of these right now. Check out Tales from the Hood.
Nice, I'll check it out.
It's awesome. Michael Wincott as Top Dollar. Now we're getting into the
bad guys.
The bad guys. The
with
evil
cool names, but they're still bad.
Michael Wincott as Top Dollar. Michael Wincott, very recognizable guy. He was a villain in a lot of things. He most recently came out in Nope. Have you checked out Nope? Have you seen Nope?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was really excited when I saw him. I was like, there's the guy.
The guy that talks like this.
Yeah.
Just talks like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
he does enunciate. He enunciates.
Somehow he makes sense and he talks like that.
Nope. What'd you think about Nope?
Nope was a good movie too. Okay. I like that movie. That was a good movie.
I love that movie. Yeah,
I give Nope, but yeah,
Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele's 3 for 3 in my book. He's good. He's good at what he does. Bailing as Micah Bailing, very recognizable actress as well. A few action films. Bailing plays Mika or Micah. Is it Mika? I think it might be Mika.
Big Mika.
But it's Top Dollar's incestuous partner. She's evil as well. He's evil. They're evil. He's got long hair. She's got long hair. They're evil. Sophia Sheenus as Shelley Webster. Shelley Webster is... Wait,
we actually...
I think I
switched it because Sarah is the little girl.
I think I
Shelley Webster's
I think I fucked up. All right. I fucked up. Not gonna
Sarah's the Sarah monster.
Not exact. I'm not going to edit that. I'm leaving that in. All right. We're doing a correction in real time. You're listening to this and you're going to hear it when you hear it. Sophia Sheenus as Shelley Webster, the partner of Eric Draven. correct?
Correct.
Right. Okay. And then Rochelle Davis was Sarah Moore, the little girl who is kind of the best, like little bestie of Shelly and Eric. She hangs out with them. She kind of looks to them for somewhat, supplemental parental support because her mom, played by Anna Levine, Darla Moore, is a little bit. She's a little bit addicted to some drugs. She's a
Kind
little
of a bad mom.
kind of a not a great mom. Hangs out with thugs.
Yeah.
What do you think about that scene where the crow ekes out the drugs from her veins? Like he pushes.
Pretty crazy. He's just like, what does he say? He's like, "Mother is the name of God for all children." that's how Batman would say. Hold on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's close enough. It's just like more gothy, like, "Mother is the name for God for all children." I don't know. It's like a Trumpy Batman. Sorry, I can't do it.
Yeah, that was
you guys
awesome.
know what I'm talking about.
That was awesome. I like your crow.
Yeah. It's like Crow Man or something. That was funny.
But it was a cool scene. He squeezes out drugs and you see them come out of her veins. Great scene. She's a great actor. She's in things too. I believe she's also in a Tales from the Crypt. A lot of people are in Tales from the Crypt episodes.
Nice.
Tales from the Crypt is the shit, dude. You can find episodes on that on YouTube.
Dude, I need to do that. I haven't seen Tales from the Crypt in
I'll link
so
to
long.
it in the show description. I'll link to some Tales from the Crypt.
Dude, like, you know how you're saying you watched it like later on? I feel like when I was little, I just was like, this scares me. Let's go. And yeah.
Tales from the Crypt I watched when I was little. Tales from the Crypt was like, it was a show that me and my grandma would watch because my grandma couldn't really sleep either, and I couldn't really sleep. And she she just let me watch it. And they had HBO at the time, so we would see them as they were coming out and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't know where I'll see it because we didn't have HBO, but I know I saw a few episodes.
I think it was on Fox, like late at night also.
Okay, yeah, that's where I saw it. Yeah.
On Channel 14 or something late at night for a while.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah. I love Tales from the Crypt. I wonder if there's like a soundtrack for an episode that gives me an excuse to do an episode on Tales from the Crypt.
It's worth digging into.
Yeah, worth checking out.
Yeah.
David Patrick Kelly as T-Bird. Now we're getting into the thugs themselves. T-Bird, David Patrick Kelly, recognizable dude. He's T-Bird. Whatever. These guys aren't that great. Angel David as Skank. Skank is Skank the last dude?
I think he is.
He ends up being the last thug alive. So that was Skank. Next up is Lawrence Mason as Tintin. I like Lawrence Mason.
Yeah, Tintin. He just looks super cool. And it's funny. I was looking at the cast right now, and Skank is Angel David, the guy who plays Skank. His photo looks nothing like his character. But Fun Boys, Michael Massey, like his photo. Yeah, his photo looks kind of, like
exactly
similar.
the same.
Yeah.
Lawrence Mason is also in Hackers, a movie that I think Hackers, the Hacker soundtracks is the icing on the cake for this podcast. I think it's got to be like a special day because I think I've mentioned the Hacker soundtrack in like every episode so far because somehow, some way, there's a song that's related to something or an actor that's in a Hackers or something like that. So it's like kind of, and we just saw it again this weekend. I've seen that movie so many times, Hackers. So yeah, we got to.
I need to watch it,
dude. It just left. I think they just took it off of Amazon or something like that. We've been, it's a great movie. It's a classic. They're actually gonna sell. We got nerdy with it. They're gonna do a special edition Blu-ray of it, like a Blu-ray release, a steelbook release, like on the 22nd of this month. So yeah, I think we're totally.
I need to watch that one too.
We're totally gonna get that the blue steel of hackers. Fuck yeah. Or not the blue steel, the steel book. Sorry, not steel. It's the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray
that's
steel
a
book.
Zoolander move, isn't it?
The blue steel, yeah. The blue steel. But yeah, Tintin. Then you said Michael Massey was Fun Boy. Tony Todd as Grange. Tony Todd also Candyman. Tony Todd. Candyman.
Yeah.
He's Candyman. He's fucking Candyman. Have you seen the latest Candyman? Did you see the most recent one?
We did. Again, I don't have the best memory, but it was good. I remember it was good.
Watch it again. He does. I mean, if you haven't seen it yet, fucking spoiler, whatever. He fucking makes an appearance at the end. Fucking whatever.
Oh yeah. It was good. I just remember I was like, that was good. I was pleased. I felt like, okay, fulfilled.
John Polito as Gideon. I don't really remember Gideon.
He's the pawn shop guy.
Oh, that's right. John Polito. He's the one that talks like this in every movie. He was the main bad guy in was it Blank Man or Meteor Man? The main bad guy in Blank Man. Blank Man. We talked about Blank Man the last episode as well on the Spawn episode, and he's a recognizable guy. I wonder if he's still alive. If that guy's still alive.
It's a good question.
Look it up. We'll probably look it up, and I'll have like a correction or at some point or something on an episode. Bill Raymond.
I think he was funny in this one.
Just he was, right? The mamadas.
Yeah. That mamadas is just like he's always saying like "fuck me" for everything. I don't know if you can bleep it if you have to.
Oh, dude, I'm fucking whatever. Bill Raymond as Mickey. I don't remember Mickey either. Marco Rodriguez as Detective Torres. And once again, Michael Berryman was the Skull Cowboy. This rounds out the cast. Good cast, stacked cast. Everybody acts well. Let's get to the music. Nice. Let's get to the music. Ooh. Music. If there's like a music entrance song or something like that.
Music.
That's what we're talking about here. Let's get into the soundtrack. First track on the soundtrack is "Burn" by The Cure. Yeah. If you don't, you're probably not going to see this. I might
waving my hands in excitement.
But Jimmy's super excited about this song. Me too. I mean,
good song.
The fucking Cure, dude. The Cure. What can you say about this song? It's very. The point where it comes out in the movie is when Eric becomes the Crow, and it's kind of like he's kind of rising from the ashes, and it's very moody, and it starts off the soundtrack in the most goth way possible. Like they're daddy goths.
Yeah, they are.
Robert Smith, daddy goth. The Cure reminds me also, and which sucks because I've been able to listen to them a little bit more recently. For a while, I couldn't listen to them because they remind me of my second DWI.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
I got my second DWI the night I saw The Cure. They played 5 encores.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude. And I was wasted. It wasn't even worth the fun wasn't worth it. So don't drink and drive, kids. Don't drink and drive.
Don't
drink and drive. Yeah, don't do that. It's not good. I don't drink no more because of that. So don't do that.
It's good.
Second song. Machines of Loving Grace with Golgotha Tenement Blues.
Ooh, that's a good name for a song.
Right? And it even like says it throughout like the words. Nothing really makes sense. It's very slithery. The song's pretty slithery. Mm-hmm. Do you remember when this came out in the movie? Because I don't.
I think it's when. Man, there's like. I want to say it's when they're doing drugs.
Yeah.
I want to say it's when they're doing drugs. And it's like. Because I just know it's got that weird like industrial sound.
Yeah.
And I hear it in my head, but I don't want to try and like
do it.
Because but I know that bass line's boom, boom,
yeah.
Then it's just like, oh man, doing drugs to this song, you know?
There's a lot of drugs in this movie. A lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Tons of drugs.
Yeah, don't do drugs.
People are acting like erratically. People are acting very erratically in this movie. They're kind of over the top in this movie. It's a little campy, which is fine.
Yeah.
Like it goes with it. It's a comic book movie. It goes with what it is. The bad guys, especially. Big Empty by Stone Temple Pilots. I believe this song was like the breakout, the single that came out of this, the Big Empty. Stone Temple Pilots. I mean, listening to this song on this soundtrack made me go on a little Stone Temple Pilots binge for the last like hour and a half before we started recording and stuff.
Oh, nice.
What's your opinion on Stone Temple Pilots? How do you feel about the song?
That's a good song. That's a really good song. And I like the Stone Temple Pilots too. Probably, you know, when I used to work at Hot Topic.
Yes.
I actually helped their guitarist buy some baby clothes. Yeah.
Oh shit.
I have no clue though. I was just like, hey, you know, do you need help or anything? Just helping him out. And then my manager at the time was like, do you know who that is? Do you know who that is? And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, you know, he looked like a rockery kind of guy. And I was just like, he was cool. I was helping him. And he's like, that's a guitar from Stone Temple Pilots. I was like, really?
Awesome.
He's like, yes. And I was like, that's cool, man. I was just like, nice. Like, but yeah.
Kind of kids' clothes. What did he get?
Because at one point they would sell like baby merch, like onesies or like those little T-shirts with like a logo and stuff.
Like Baby Clash. Baby Ramones.
Yeah, or like Misfits. Yeah, exactly. Baby Ramones. Misfits. A little Metallica or something. And I was just like, yeah, whatever, helping him out. And
cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I like Stone Temple Pilots. I like their vibe. And there's one song that I really love from them. I can't think of it right now.
Sour Girl's my jam. Sour Girl's my Stone Temple Pilots.
Ah, dude, I forgot about that song. That's a good song too.
It's a good ass song. Song.
I forgot about that one. That's a
Interstate
good one.
Love Song, my jam also.
That one. Yeah. That's the song I like.
That's what he Can I get some baby clothes?
Yeah.
That's how he has to.
Oh yeah.
Next song is okay, so gonna introduce this song by saying this is kind of the reason this is the perfect time to be doing this episode and releasing this episode, because next song is 9 Inch Nails with Dark Souls, a Joy Division cover.
Dead Souls.
9 Inch Nails.
Dead Souls.
Dead Souls. Dead Dark Souls.
Dead Souls.
Dead Dark Souls. Leave that in, Javi. Leave that in. Dead Souls.
just let it live in there.
I'm just gonna let it ride. Just gonna let that ride. Dead Souls, which is a Joy Division cover performed by 9 Inch Nails. So with that said, this is happening now because after this, the soundtracks that we'll be covering after this will be Trent Reznor produced, or mainly Trent Reznor produced. The next couple of episodes are more of like his collecting different artists and curating soundtracks and stuff.
That's cool.
Moving on from that, it'll be like him starting to create music, and then later on it'll be Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross. But this is kind of the prologue for his venturing out into movie music. 9 Inch Nails. Jimmy, you say stuff about 9 Inch Nails. What do you got to say about 9 Inch Nails?
Oh man, I love 9 Inch Nails. My first band T-shirt was the 9 Inch Nails logo. Yeah, just like super simple and like a little graphic designer before I even knew it. I was like, that's such a cool logo.
Right.
And even their cassette, like I had bought the Broken EP.
Yeah.
And you know, and it just has that N on there, and I was like, nice. And then here we go. Fast forward, and I'm like, still so good. And that's like probably my favorite song on the whole soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I didn't know who Joy Division was when I heard it, but then later I found out about Joy Division, and yeah. but oh man, I love Nine Inch Nails.
I found out that was a cover the day that we recorded this episode before. That was the first time that I realized that it was actually a cover. And same, I didn't get into Joy Division until later on either. Like probably like later high school, maybe early college years, things like that.
Yeah, early college years for me.
But yeah, for sure, Nine Inch Nails. You know, Nine Inch Nails too. Nine Inch Nails I didn't get into until like later high school, early college, and by then, I'd heard them, like they'd been around because my uncle was a big fan and such, and I never did the dive until I heard how much of like a studio person Trent Reznor is, and hence the reason why I'm going into him for the next chunk of episodes. There's tons of episodes that are coming up. We might, and I'm going to say this on the podcast, we might have to go to a weekly schedule because there's just so many soundtracks that they've done. So, and that'll probably lead us into the end of the year, more than likely.
Wow.
Probably into next year because there's so many soundtracks. There's so many. It's a big thing. It's a big mountain to climb. But we'll also have some like episodes in between to kind of break it up and stuff too. Some mini episodes, some shit like that. You're more than welcome to come on any one of those episodes. I'll send you the list right now for the episodes that haven't been taken yet.
Yeah, I love Trent Reznor. I'm like such a fanboy for that dude.
Same. I mean,
it's like
the fucking
play it, Trent, play it.
Right?
Like, I love that dude.
All right, next song.
All right,
we got to move on from him. Is Darkness by Rage Against the Machine, which is a re-recording of Darkness of Greed. Rage Against the Machine. It's a very Rage Against the Machine song. Very funky, very chunky. What do you think about this song?
It's a good song. I feel like it is like a darker song of theirs.
Really? Right.
Yeah. It's got those cool guitar sounds, that little those little scrapes and stuff. It's cool. It's interesting. You know, it's got a nice little guitar solo. And
I was just recently listening to. We've just been recently listening to Audio Slave, which got us. That's how I started. I started listening to Soundgarden again. But yeah, Audio Slave was kind of the jam. Like it's those records are good. Good records. Good.
Yeah. You know, I never really did a deep dive into Audio Slave. Just because I don't know. Like, I know they're popping for a while, and I think when things are played so much, I get burnt out.
Yes.
And people are like, I love them. And I'm like, no.
Yep.
I don't know. My body's just like, I don't want it.
It's the indie, it's like the punk rock indie kid thing. Like, oh, it's cool now. I'm the same. I'm very much the same. Yeah.
It's annoying. I annoy myself sometimes with that because I'm like,
That's how I am with like that's why I'm saying like with hip hop now, it's just kind of like what's going on? Like everything it's not exciting anymore. And I think it might be that. I don't know.
I feel like it is transitioning though, because I started hearing so many more instruments. Like even with, I feel like when Post Malone started releasing stuff that sounded like an indie band.
Yeah.
And then there was like A$AP Rocky, and it's like in this weird phase right now where it's just kind of changing. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but like some stuff is just kind of
some stuff isn't. Some stuff isn't. Yeah. Some stuff is just it's stale. Yeah, I get you. Color Me Once by Violent Femmes is the next song. This is a groovy Violent Femmes song. Yeah, this one was funky as shit. And the first time around, I didn't give this. The first recording of this episode around, I didn't give this song its due. But yeah, it's a good, like upon re-listening.
Good song. It's the only song that sounds like that by them, but it's a good song.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
They're more quirky than this, and it's just, fuck yeah. This next song is a Suicide cover. So this is also a soundtrack that does have a chunk of covers in it. This next song is a Suicide cover. Ghost Rider by Rollins Band.
But, you know, I've really got into Suicide after listening to.
Really?
Yeah, after like we went down that rabbit hole.
Cool.
And I was like, I gotta check them out, and they were like kind of original, industrial kind of vibe.
Totally.
Like,
they totally were.
Yeah, they were. They're just like New York dingy, industrial.
Yeah, it's
kind of.
weird. You can enter them into like, you know how there's like, oh, artists that sound like on any of those things, like the streaming services and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and there's been so many like dance artists that I find now, or industrial artists, and it's suicide's always one of the influences, and
Yeah.
they do tend to fit pretty good into like a DJ set. It does, you know,
Yeah.
it's good shit, good shit. Yeah, I need,
They're
yeah,
good,
but
man.
this is a good cover, Ghost Rider. I mean, Rollins
Yeah.
Band's the shit.
They did a good job.
We talked about Rollins Band on the last episode, also for because they were on the Spawn soundtrack as well. They're on the
yeah.
Spawn soundtrack.
Wow.
Yeah. On the Spawn soundtrack. Rollins Band's the jam. I mean,
Yeah.
Henry Rollins. What do you think about Henry Rollins?
He's cool. I like he's kind of humble. He's a little too punk rock for me sometimes.
Yeah.
But like he I don't know. I guess the stuff he says, he's like, I'm not like a human jukebox, and and like it's kind of stuck with me. And I was like, whatever, bro. Like, like when I see a band, I want to hear the hits, and you want to hear like at least a few of those songs.
Yep.
And he doesn't want to. I respect that, but that's like super punk rock to just be like, but it's cool. I respect him. Like, he beat me up.
I mean, also, that's my thing, like with fan service, right? Like, the reason I don't like I talked shit about Nicki Minaj on the last episode. The reason I don't like people like her is because, or I don't know how she is with her fans, but with the people around them, like when they just kind of when you can choose to kind of be like antagonistic and like you make that choice, you know what I mean? I just don't, there's something that kind of rubs me the wrong way with that. But I listened to enough of his stuff. He sounds okay, but he also just sounds like an awkward guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he could just be like
a standoffish, like
awkward, angry punk rock still.
Yeah.
It's all good. I mean,
old punkers.
We need that every now and then.
Weird boomers now. Like they're a weird version of that.
Now it's like, those damn kids on my lawn. You're doing it wrong. And you're like, what? You're like, hold on, what?
Next song is Milk Toast by Helmet. This is a pretty heavy jam. Pretty heavy jam.
Yeah.
There's a lot of heavy jams on this soundtrack.
Yeah.
Chunky song. My relation to Helmet was I just see their CDs. My uncle had a couple of their CDs. What's your relation to Helmet?
I think I had a Helmet CD, and I never like really stayed into them. I probably listened to CD a few times. They were one of those bands that like just always made the rounds. You're like, yeah, let's throw it on. But I feel like this song is probably like, at least to me, like they're one of their top songs. And the rest, I just kind of like fade for me,
Are they reuniting for anything recently? Did their name pop
I don't know.
up? I don't know if I don't know if I saw it recently.
It could be. I mean, there's been like Cold Chambers touring. So
really, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Cold Chamber, huh? Cool.
Yeah, they're doing like a ton of shows with like Mudvayne and.
Oh, dope!
Yeah, because
cool.
I follow Dez on Instagram.
Oh, nice.
And his management company, they manage like Cradle of Filth, Ginger.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's like a boss. He does his stuff, but Cold Chambers touring, and
wow,
it's cool. It's interesting.
Big truck.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like I listened to them. I was like, let's do Cold Chamber again. But I was like, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. Except that one song that they cover, that Peter Gabriel shocked the monkey with Ozzy.
Yeah, they did do that.
Yeah. That song always.
That was a cool song.
Yeah, it's such a good song. It's just such a good, like they do such a good version. But the other stuff.
After this.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it again. I was like, a little reminiscent, like, oh, it's good times. But I was like, no, man, like I switched it.
Next song is a Poison Idea cover, Pantera's The Badge.
That's a good one.
Right?
That's a good one. I was actually listening to the original the other day.
Oh, cool.
And, oh, man, it's like Pantera does a really good job.
Oh, cool.
But they're both really good songs. Like, I mean, the original and the Pantera, they're just both really good.
I need to listen to the original. I didn't listen to the original.
It's very punky.
Okay, cool.
Like, it's good. You'll like it.
Yeah, I've been getting back into punkiness, back into like post-punk stuff. I'm finishing up or getting through Our Band Could Be Your Life, that book. You ever heard of that book?
No, you've told me about it.
Yeah. Like I just got through them talking about Husker Du. Before that, they talked about like oh my gosh, I'm blanking out on the other bands that they've talked about. Oh, like Black Flag, Minor
Oh, nice.
Threat, all those bands and such. And Ian Mackay seems just like a fucking just like oh my gosh, like kind of just like oh my gosh, I'm just over him. But now I'm on the section of the book that's talking about the Replacements, and I fucking love the Replacements, dude. You ever listen
Yeah,
to the yeah.
you told me about them, and I was listening to them, and I can totally hear like a Replacements influence, like in
Mm-hmm.
your like. Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
Next, but yeah, Pantera does a great job. Fucking, you can't. I mean, it's Pantera. It's fucking. It's original Pantera. It's
Mm-hmm.
the jam. It's heavy. Next song, For Love Not Lisa, Slip Slide Melton. I looked them up for this episode. They were a band that was on Tooth and Nail Records, which was like more of like it ended up being I think like a Christian punk label. Like I believe MXPX was on it for a while.
Yeah, that's what I remember from.
Who else was on it? But yeah, so like it ended up they were on
Wow.
that label. I saw their band pictures. It didn't. They put out a few albums. Nothing super notable. I kind of think these are like this is one of those that it's a good enough book. It's a good enough song. It's a good enough
Yeah.
song. Yeah, that's fine. Like it belongs there. Like I think
Yeah.
I called this one of those. This is a casualty of the soundtrack, where it's good enough. It's there, but it just didn't. It's just didn't make any waves for the band or anything like maybe it was intended to. Good song. Good song there. My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. They're in the movie, right? They're the band that's in that scene at Top Dollars Club. Snake Driver. No. After the Flesh. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, After the Flesh. You just hear them like in a little light. Yeah.
They look so cool.
I love them. Yeah, they look so cool.
They look so cool.
They're so good.
Are they from Chicago too? Are they
I don't know.
Chicago band? I believe so. Have you ever seen them?
To listen to them. I haven't seen them live. I've missed them every time they've come by. Right? But I feel like they're still going.
They're still doing stuff, right? Like I
need to catch them before
they're out there in some form or another. My Life with Thrill Kill Cult. Legends in like industrial-ish metal, good stuff, good music, good songwriting like for what they do, fucking good songwriting. And it's just it's intense and it'll get your blood pumping. Fucking listen to that shit while you're working out if you want to start off on that or like running, something like that. Fuck yeah. My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. Snake Driver by Jesus and Mary Chain. This is like one of their more rockin' songs too. They're I like this song. It's kind of rounding it out. This kind of rounds out the soundtrack for me is very goth, and it teeters that level of like it's marrying like The Cure, like Jesus and Mary Chain, like the Joy Division cover with metal and with industrial music and like that's a fucking vibe. That was the goth vibe. Like for soul, that was the goth vibe. Like before it made its transition into like it's kind of like I mean emo's kind of goth, right? Like it's kind of like transcendent from that.
Yeah, even like there was people have just been like, oh yeah, emos are goth, and I'm like, what? And like I never really considered myself I was like a metal dude.
Yeah.
Like, Pantera and just like death metal, black metal, but like people be like, you're a goth. And I was like, no, but then like I would love this stuff. Cause to me, goth was like Susie Sue, Christian Death, and like Bauhaus,
Yeah. And I think this is the goth movie, like the goth, like it was like in the zeitgeist. It was the 90s goth thing. There was the tall boots and the black. Everything's black, and then everybody's face, and and you still see it now. You'll still see a crow during Halloween, at least one.
Yeah, there's always one. There's
always one.
Yeah.
It might be like a jock boyfriend of somebody that you know or something like that, but it's something like that. It's always
Like South Park, where he's dresses as a crow, or Satan dresses as a crow.
That's right.
Oh man, that's my favorite.
South Park. Watch South Park. Watch South Park, guys. It's so funny. Time Baby 3 by Medicine, which is a re-recording of Time Baby 2 by Medicine.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Good song. Good song. It's kind of whatever. The soundtrack kind of runs out of steam these last couple of songs. It totally does. Because Medicine, it's there. And then it ends with It Can't Rain All the Time by Jane Siberry. I think I had trouble saying her name last time as well. Didn't do my due diligence to see who she was. Casualty of the soundtrack, I must say. I think I brought this up on the Spawn episode. I think I'm gonna compile a list of the casualties of these soundtracks, make them a whole playlist, and see what comes of it. Maybe these songs can get some plays for these people.
That'd be good. That'd be good because I honestly like my CD. Those two songs were probably
you just skipped.
No scratches.
You went back.
Yeah,
you probably went back.
I was just like, we're going back to like, yeah, go back to Cure for My Life with the Thrill Cult. Let's get pumped again, and then like, pre Spotify, like, all right, let's go do some like After the Flesh, and then Pantera, and then like let's One Myself Down with Ghost Rider, and then just like bouncing around on my CD player.
So this, that's the soundtrack right there. The standouts are, for sure, Burn by The Cure. Jimmy's favorite already. An amazing. I think my favorite's the cover, the Nine Inch Nails song.
Me too.
And then upon like this listening, I that Violent Femmes song fucking jumped out at me. That Violent Femmes song
so good.
Was the jam, dude. Big Empty comes out on that scene where they're in the car when the bad guys are in the car and they're just kind of like strolling around, looking around, causing havoc. A few of these will pop out like that. A few of the songs will pop up in the background as background music in the bar. I always like to mention those things because I think it's clever how people can fit in the soundtrack in different places.
I think overall, they did a good job doing that.
Yeah, totally. Overall, Jimmy, what's your judgment on the soundtrack? Will it remain your favorite? Why does it remain your favorite? What's all why?
So that's a very good question. So I feel like for me, this, other than like I was already a fan of a lot of these bands, and it was just kind of like cementing them in my brain, like, this is good. It helped me learn about other bands. So, like with Nine Inch Nails, I got into Joy Division, and it just like got me into like more of that post-punk stuff. Cause I remember when Interpol first came out, I saw the album cover. I was like, oh, that's cool. But I didn't really listen to them. And then I heard them and I was like, oh, that's good. And then it went back to like Joy Division and I was like, oh man, that's good. And, Violent Femmes, it went into like, that kind of like alternative or like some of those indie bands and you just spread out and you're like, oh, okay. And it just kind of, it always circles back for me. And even like, My Life with the Thrill Cult, listening to them and like going to like more of like Lords of Acid, that kind of like.
Yeah, Lords of Acid. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Like you listen to them and like Lords of Acid, like My Life and Lords of Acid, and it's just like, very electronic, but like kind of super hypersexual sometimes. You're just like, I don't know, like I think I'm gonna skip this song, and but it's like it's good music, and you're just like, oh man, and I feel like this just kind of did all that for me, and except those last two songs, they just I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like do you remember when Mazzy Star Fade Into Me came out?
Yes.
I feel like do you know the year?
To you. Let's check it out real quick while I am Googling that.
Because I feel like if they would have added that song instead of it, but I know why It Can't Rain, because like they say it in the movie.
I think it might have been 1993. 93. It came out that year. Or the year prior. I mean, yeah. I mean, it
I
could
feel
have.
like it should have replaced that Time Baby song, and it would have been like the best for me. I don't know why in my head sometimes I feel like it's on this soundtrack, but it's not.
It's been on so many soundtracks though. It was on the Starship Trooper soundtrack that I've seen. That I saw that movie recently again, and I was like, oh, Mazzy Star, cool. So I kind of, but you're right. It would have fit into this movie, into the
Like just,
vibe, into the whole. This is the goth album, the '90s goth, the Gen X goth album. We caught the tail end of that, like our parents were that and stuff, right? Like
my sister.
Your sis. Yep, exactly. We caught that, and I think this is kind of the best version of that. In all honesty, like this soundtrack, since after doing the Spawn soundtrack, after doing the Queen of the Dam soundtrack, soundtracks with a much harder bent, this one. Spawn soundtrack awesome for that time and for the collaborations in that and like the industrialization of it all. This one's good, and it's just like a solid, like I can just describe it as it's just solid black. It's just solid dark black. You know what I mean? And it's just
this is a black T-shirt printed with black ink, with a black hat.
It's heavy. It's moody, and even the softer side of it still remains dark, and then it keeps the dreariness with it. So I mean, because the Cure, that's like they're the goth daddies, and that's their you are inherently goth. I mean that's the AFI, like AFI, like our love for like people like Davey Havoc and stuff. I think we relate to things like that. So you told
100%.
100%.
They just saw it. They're like, you're just posing with that metal stuff. I love metal. I was listening to Cannibal Corpse this morning at the gym, and I was like, it's just so funny, reading those song titles. But I was listening to the album that came out when I saw them, and I forgot what it was called, but it's that 1999 one, and oh man, it's so good. There's a song "Pounding to Dust," this weird like riff, and I was like, oh, it's nasty. It's good.
He's the neck.
The neck. George Corpse Grinder, the Neck Fisher, who collects toys, by the way. Collects a lot of toys. Yeah.
Damn.
Big softy.
Yeah, he's probably one of us. Watches.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like a cool guy. He collects a lot of stuff on tour and he donates. I read that he does those like crane machines. Cool. When he's on tour and all those animals he wins, he donates them to like, I think like kids.
Nice.
And I'm like, oh man, that's awesome.
Justin Leo would always tell me, like, he's just like, George, he's a cool guy. That guy, he's a good guy. He would just say that, like, George, that guy's a good guy. Yeah, like, shout out to Justin Leo. Shout out to friend of the podcast, friend Justin Leo. Amazing producer. Look up anything that he's worked on. Look up the Cannibal Corpse stuff he's worked on. Jimmy, plugs. Thank you very much for jumping on the podcast.
Oh, dude, thank you. Plug you, man. Listen to Javi's music. Listen to this podcast.
Dude, wow.
Javi's a bestie, and then you can listen to songs we've worked on together. Hopefully, there'll be more.
Listen to the Dead Electrics. Where can people find you on the socials?
They can find me personally. It's just at the Jimmy Aranda on all of them. That's it. And then my band, the Dead Electrics. Instagram's probably the best place for that. The Dead Electrics. Listen to us everywhere you stream your music.
If you need album art, if you're looking for some cool ass album art for your single coming up or your soundtrack, or you need any soundtrack design, any guitar working or anything like that, hit them up. Hit me up for guitar work.
Yeah, I'm a graphic designer. My business had 10 years. That's pretty crazy.
Right? Congrats on that, dude. That's amazing.
Thanks,
that's awesome.
Man. It's pretty crazy. I'm still like, man, that's a lot of work, man.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Like,
it's a grind.
I was very impressed. I'm very impressed. Very proud. That's really cool. That's really good, dude. Like, you've knocked it out. Your business has survived this long in the United States. That's wild. That's wild. That's fucking cool.
Man.
You find Jimmy on all that stuff. I'll link him in the bio on everything. You could find me at www.jjcaballero.com. I'm on some of the social medias. I'm lagging behind on stuff. I'm up and down. Letterboxd is where I'm trying to build up lists and stuff like that. It's a fun little app that I like to try to corral my time on. But as well, Instagram, I'm on there. Threads. Have you tried out Threads?
Yeah, I'm on Threads. I haven't posted a thread yet. I've been. I don't know. So it's kind of some pressure. I'm like, what do I write for the first one?
Just do it like you would Twitter, because it's not even there yet. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do anything there yet. But get away from Twitter, or X, get away from X. I don't know. Whatever.
The worst rebrand. He's like,
right?
Just X, bro. It's like, come on. And then like the font, I'm like, come on, man. Like,
I know.
I know.
Thank you very much, TPG Radio. You can find them at TPG Radio on everything and www.tpgradio.com. We'll listen to you later.